Okay, tribe, we are back on the mat. Welcome to day 2 of the chakra challenge. And today we are focusing on the svadhistana chakra. It is the second chakra in the energetic system. It's also referred to as our sacral plexus. This chakra is located in the space between the navel and the groin area. So this entire womb area of our being. It relates to pieces of us like creativity, intimacy, sexuality, how we express ourselves, and our fluidity that we move through life with. It's also really connected to our relationships, both personal and with others. The element is water, hence the ability to flow and move with fluidity. And it's really important to note that we first start at the root chakra at the base, that grounded, earthy quality. And once we've worked there, we can now rise up higher and have the ability to let go a little bit and move like that water state. Also knowing that through today's yoga class, you have absolute permission and freedom to express yourself as you see fit, with me simply being your guide. The related color is orange, hence the top, and the Bija Mantra is 𝗲𝗲𝗶𝗲, which we will use again at the end of our practice to seal it with a short meditation. Also knowing, just like I said yesterday, you don't need to attach to all those words and thoughts. All of that information was given to you in today's email as well as in the chakra guide. So go reference that information if you want to reconnect after our flow. And like I said yesterday, if you are not part of this challenge, come join us. Click the link in the description below. It's a free 7-day experience that I can't stress how incredible it is and will continue to be. So with that said, we will begin on our backs. Okay, you're on your back. Make your way into a Supta Baddha Konasana-like shape. So soles of the feet together, knees out wide. You're creating a diamond shape. Palms can rest down by your sides. And we're simply going to open and close the legs. So on an inhale, draw the legs towards one another. On an exhale, release them down. Inhale, close. Exhale, release. Finding the pattern, the rhythm that works best for you. And as you open and close here, bringing your attention to that sacral chakra area, that womb space where we literally birth new life, but also birth new ideas and bring them here to the earth plane, settling onto our root chakra space. So opening and closing, awakening those inner thigh muscles, saying hello to them. And of course, breathing. How could we forget the breath? Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. You got 10 more. Inviting both the legs and the deep core muscles to help you do the work here. Halfway there. Last few rounds. All right, last time. And then settle into Supta Baddha Konasana. So now just let the knees soften down towards the sides. Bring your hands to your hip points and let them rest here at your svadhistana chakra, at your sacral center. And as we take 5 more breaths, envision that color orange glowing through your body, out through your fingertips, creating this radiating sensation of all of those qualities: intimacy, expression, creativity, sexuality, and welcoming all of that into your life, both on the mat and off the mat. So 5 breaths here. And inhale the knees back towards the center. Bring them into the chest for Apanasana, hugging the knees towards the chest, rocking from side to side, massaging out your low back, and then working into some more core. So that womb area is also responsible for our deep core muscles, as much as it's responsible for our hip centers too. So we'll be working on core and hip centers today. Alrighty, on an inhale, we're gonna open the body nice and long, coming into low boat. And on an exhale, we'll come back into this Apanasana shape. So here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Keep moving. Close. We got 10. I believe that's 6. Can't count on me to count. 3 more. Last one. And then knees back into the chest. Take a moment, and when you're ready, begin to rock forward and back, or come onto your side. We are meeting in tabletop position. Moving into cat-cows, taking your time here. This is your opportunity to really creatively express your body. So traditional cat-cow is inhaling to drop the belly and opening the chest. Exhaling to lift the tailbone, or lift the belly and drop the tailbone. You can also move through what I call the peanut butter jar. Imagine you're scooping the last bits of peanut butter with a spoon out of the jar. And then you can also do really large hip circles. Whatever you choose, close your eyes, drop into the movement. Usually no one's in our homes with us, or no one that actually cares what we're doing is watching. So really allow yourself to get weird. Yeah. We're about halfway there with this opening and closing and stretching and moving of the spine. Making sure that you've gone both ways with all your movements. And making your way to neutral tabletop and meeting me in downward facing dog. Should feel a little bit better doing all that movement before we come into our first downward facing dog. But as always, feel free to walk it out. Walk your dog. Do what you got to do to find that space of comfort and stillness in this posture. Next, inhale, gaze forward. Walk the toes to the top of the mat and forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We'll move through some low lunge sun salutations. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to lift that heart, lift up towards your creative self. Exhale, step the right foot back, soften the knee down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. So in this low lunge, what's happening? I'm only going to stop this one time. The hip points are lifting up towards the bottom of the ribs here. The inner thighs are energizing towards one another as you're sinking everything down. So it's a lot going on. Big inhale. Exhale to plant the hands, step to the top of the mat, use your core. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back, knee comes down. Inhale, rise up, all those points integrating. Exhale, hands plant, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step right foot back. Drop down, inhale, lift high. Exhale, hands plant, step to top of mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands plant, step to top of mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, step it back, right foot goes back, last time. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, plant hands, step to top of mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plant hands, top of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Hang out here just for a moment. Picture that orange color radiating from your sacral chakra area, flooding your body with feelings of creativity, intimacy, sexuality, freedom of expression, fluidity. Here we go. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We're going to move through more lunge sun salutations, but this time add in chaturangas. So your option, if you don't want to do chaturanga, is to lower to the belly and do cobra pose, okay? Or just take downward facing dog throughout the whole sequence of the chaturanga. Here we go. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, the right foot back, knee down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plant the hands, listen carefully. Inhale, back plank pose. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Immediately step the right foot forward. Plant the left knee down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands plant, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, right back down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, the left foot back this time, knee softens down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant hands. Inhale, take it to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, inhale the left foot forward. Plant the right knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands down through heart center, traditional sun salutation. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, hinge forward, hinge, hinge, hinge. Fold Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Your choice to jump it back to Chaturanga or take whatever you need. We all meet in downward facing dog. All right, so moving through a really incredible hip series. Yeah, it's gonna be intense in all the right ways. So here we go. Inhale the left leg high. Bend at the knee and open the hip. If you tend to have a really mobile low back, instead of letting the low back do all the work, hug the hip points towards the low ribs and let the stretch come straight into the hip and the quadricep here. Sending that left knee high to the sky. Inhale to straighten the leg and square off the hips. Exhale, knee to tricep and plant it outside of the left wrist. Soften the right knee down. Here we go. So walk the left foot a little bit off your mat. Toes are facing out. And then hinge onto the outer edge so that the big toe lifts. Bringing this left hand to the inside of the knee and gently pushing it away, like so gently. We're here for 3. How fluid can you be? All right, so option to keep the foot propped up here or to plant it back down on the earth. Bend the back leg. You can use a strap here or a towel and reach back for your foot, okay? So your right foot. From here, you're sinking the hips, you're lifting the heart, you're bringing the heel towards the bum. Really nice quadricep hip flexor stretch. One more breath. Release that back leg, coming into straight up lizard pose. So option to stay right here with the arms straight and the chest lifted. Option if you have more room and mobility in the hip socket, the hip area, to come down onto forearms. And we're here for 3. Maintaining length through the spine all the way through the crown of the head here. One more breath. Option to stay or curl the back toe under and lift the knee. A little bit of a stronger variation. Last breath. If you're on your forearms, come up. And then everyone listen up. We're gonna do a little bit of core and then make our way into pigeon pose. So we're gonna lift this left knee into our armpit and then hover it to our wrist for just a few times. So here we go, lift the hips, inhale, knee into armpit. Exhale, hover to wrist. Inhale, lift, hover, lift, hover. 2 more. It's hard. And find pigeon pose. Sliding the right leg back. Take your time. This is your resting posture. If pigeon pose is not comfortable for you, you can take figure 4 on your back. I always like to take a moment and puff my chest up like a proud pigeon, and also simultaneously finding this really great stretch along the front of the right leg. When you feel ready, you can start to walk yourself down to whatever depth serves you today on the mat, which we know changes every single day because we wake up as a new human being every day. And breathe here. Feel free to sway from side to side, releasing tension that we just built up and that we hold on to throughout our day and our lives. You can close the eyes and swing the head. coming into that fluid water-like state that connects to our svadhistana chakra. And as you're flowing, picturing that color orange radiating out through your sacral chakra location, that womb area. Couple more breaths. Slowly start to find stillness. Bring the hands back to the earth, back to the mat. Curl the back toes under. Option to vinyasa here or step straight back into downward facing dog. But on an inhale, begin to lift the hips. Your choice, you can come into plank, then chaturanga, or simply take it back to downward facing dog. All right, we're all in downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg high to the sky. Bend at the knee, open through the hip, reminding yourself, if you are hypermobile in the low back, to hug the hip points towards the low ribs, and then energetically send the right knee towards the sky. Next, inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. Exhale, knee to tricep. And then plant the foot outside the right wrist. Soften the left knee down. We want to make space for this variation. So the left hand comes to one end of the mat. The right foot comes halfway off the mat with the toes pointing out. And then we rotate onto the outer edge of the foot here. The big toe lifts. Right hand comes to the inside of the knee. And we ever so gently push the body away. Moving into that quad stretch, option to keep the big toe lifted or planted down here. Lifting the back leg, reaching back, clasping what you can. Always knowing that props are welcome here on the mat to help us further our experience. Couple more breaths. And releasing the back leg, making our way into traditional lizard pose. Option to stay lifted right here if this is you, yeah? Perfect. You can also bring blocks beneath your hands or between your forearms if you're wanting to go deeper. But find the variation that works for your body today and come into the pose. 3 breaths. With every breath, circulating that color orange through the body. Option to stay or curl the back toes under, lift that knee. Stronger variation for 3. Last breath. If you're down, come up. Here we go into that really fun core work, and then we're meeting in pigeon pose. So I should have mentioned you want to heel toe the foot to the center line before you get started. On an inhale, lift the hips, bring the knee into the armpit. Hover to wrist and lift for 5. You got it. It's the last bit of work. 2 more. Last one. Soften down, pigeon pose. All right, take a few moments, puff up that pigeon. When you feel ready, make your way down to your depth of the posture, and then knowing that you are invited to sway and move with fluidity. As you move here and sway from side to side, if you've chosen to do that, make sure to release your jaw. Oftentimes it's tense and attempting to help, but it's not much of a help, so it can relax and move fluidly with you too. A couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, begin to lift the chest, coming onto your right hip, moving into Ardha Matsyendrasana, one of my favorite twists and outer hip stretches, planting the left foot outside of the right thigh as the left heel comes toward, or the right heel comes towards the glute here. Left hand comes back to serve as your kickstand, and then inhale the right arm high. Exhale to hug it around the knee, so coming into the crux of the elbow, and then again lifting to inhale high. And then you can choose. Sometimes I don't twist at all, sometimes I do, but depending on what you need from your body, you can begin to twist back towards the left, gazing over your left shoulder for 3 breaths. Inhaling back through to center. Bring both hands behind the back, lean back, switch up the legs, going to the other side. Right hand comes back as your kickstand this time. Inhale the left arm high. Exhale to wrap it around the leg, hug it into the chest, and then deciding if you want to twist. Last inhale. Slowly coming back through to center, coming into a seated posture. Before we get into our meditation, let's do a few hip circles. So coming into whatever's comfortable for you, hands rest atop the thighs, and just begin to move like so. Making sure you're coming all the way back, reaching the chest forward. It's a little bit of a cat-cow movement here. Again, close the eyes, get weird with it, feel into every crevice. Imagining that ball of orange glowing light radiating out of you as you circle around your svadhistana chakra here. So we're literally moving that exact space here. Making sure to go the other way too. Few more rounds. Last time. And then come back up and fold right back down into a seated forward fold. Relaxing the head all the way down onto the earth if you can, or onto a block. Palms face up for a moment in an act of receiving. That we want to receive these beautiful qualities that lie within, and allowing us to release any stuckness from them, circulating and moving throughout the body. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, switch the legs and fold right back down. Inhale to lift up. Making our way into our final meditation seated posture. So Sukhasana easy seat, which we were just in. You can switch it up. If you feel like lying down and doing this, please feel free. There's no rules when it comes to meditation except to be in meditation, okay? So no rules on how you sit or lie. Hands to the tops of your thighs. Draw the sacrum down towards the earth so that root chakra is coming down, and then lengthen through your spine all the way through the crown of the head and send the back of the skull towards the sky. Lots of extension here. Close the eyes. All right, so bringing our attention to that womb space, the svadhistana chakra, our sacral plexus. Again, this is our space for intimacy, sexuality, creativity, fluidity, and harboring and evolving through our relationships, both our own and with others. As we breathe here, we'll be focusing on the color orange, that bright light glowing within and radiating out. Envisioning it traveling up and down the spinal column and just flooding the body in orange. The Bija Mantra is 𝗲𝗏. Say that with me, 𝗲𝗏. So just like yesterday, we will begin chanting the mantra out loud, and then we will slowly soften the mantra and bring it totally inside mentally, and maybe even completely releasing it when we get that beautiful space of no mind. So here we go. Inhale. 𝗲𝗏, 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 𝗲𝗏. Vam, 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 vam. We're halfway there. Stick with the breath. Stick with the mantra. last breath here. Release the mantra and stay for a few moments, recognizing the effects of working on this energetic center. On your next inhale, draw the palms out to the side. Gather up this sacral chakra energy that we've created today. Palms come to touch. Exhale the hands down through heart center. Take a big inhale. We'll close with Om. Open those eyes. So good. I love the feeling after the Om, right? And the meditation just helps you sink right in. I so hope that you enjoyed this svadhistana chakra flow, that you feel more connected to your creative center, and that you can go off into the world and step off your mat and really harbor and connect with your relationships in a more intimate, loving, sexual, expressive way. Again, if you have not joined the challenge, you know what to do. Head down to the description, click the link, come join. It's absolutely free, and you get all 7 classes delivered straight to you. With that said, I will meet you on the mat tomorrow. We're traveling 1 notch up in the energetic system to our Manipura chakra. This is my favorite energetic center, so I will meet you back here.